Born on September 5, 1638, in the Château de Saint-Germain-en-Laye, just outside Paris, Louis d'Eudon, the God-given, would ascend to the throne of France as Louis XIV and become one of the most powerful and longest-reigning monarchs in European history. His birth was hailed as a miracle, coming after 23 years of childless marriage between King Louis XIII and Queen Anne of Austria. Raised during a time of political unrest, his childhood was shaped by instability, including the death of his father in 1643, which thrust the 4-year-old Louis into kingship under the regency of his mother and the guidance of Cardinal Mazarin. These early years were marked by civil strife known as the Fronde, a series of noble revolts against royal authority. Louis, exposed to danger and humiliation during these upheavals, developed a lifelong distrust of the aristocracy and a deep desire to centralize royal power. When Mazarin died in 1661, the 22-year-old Louis stunned the court by announcing he would rule without a chief minister, declaring, "I am the state, l'état, c'est moi," a bold assertion of absolute monarchy. From that moment, Louis governed personally, building a powerful centralized state where the king's word was law. He filled his court with loyal nobles and diverted their ambitions into rituals and displays of grandeur at his extravagant new palace in Versailles, a symbol of his unchallenged authority. This architectural masterpiece became the stage upon which Louis displayed his glory, with every detail designed to reflect the magnificence of his reign. The Sun King, as he was known, cultivated his image as the center of the political and cultural universe, associating himself with Apollo, the sun god, and commanding every facet of court life. His daily schedule became a state ceremony, with nobles competing for the honor of handing him his shirt or holding his mirror. Louis's reign brought extraordinary cultural patronage, sponsoring artists, playwrights like Molière and Racine, composers, architects, and scholars. He reformed the military and bureaucracy, strengthened mercantilist policies through finance minister Jean-Baptiste Colbert, and expanded infrastructure, including roads and ports. France under Louis became the most powerful and populous country in Europe, boasting a professional standing army and cultural dominance. But his ambitions knew no bounds. Louis embarked on numerous wars to expand French territory and secure dynastic power. The War of Devolution, 1667 to 1668, the Franco-Dutch War, 1672 to 1678, the War of the League of Augsburg, 1688 to 1697, and finally the costly War of the Spanish Succession, 1701 to 1714, drained the French treasury, brought devastation to Europe, and earned France both glory and resentment. At home, Louis sought to impose religious uniformity. In 1685, he revoked the Edict of Nantes, which had granted religious freedom to Protestants, triggering the persecution of Huguenots and prompting hundreds of thousands to flee France. This move, meant to reinforce Catholic unity, ironically weakened the economy by driving out skilled artisans and merchants. As Louis aged, personal tragedies plagued him. He lost his beloved wife Maria Theresa of Spain in 1683, followed by a string of family deaths, his son, 2 grandsons, and a great-grandson, all within a few years, leaving only his young great-grandson, the future Louis XV, as heir. Despite the immense burdens of war, famine, and economic hardship, Louis remained resolute. In his final years, he sought to stabilize the monarchy and secure its future. On his deathbed in 1715, after ruling France for 72 years, the longest reign of any monarch in European history, Louis is said to have told his heir, "Do not imitate me in my taste for war." He died at the age of 76 at Versailles, and the grandeur of his funeral stood in contrast to the suffering of his people. While Louis XIV left France nearly bankrupt and overburdened with taxation, his legacy as the embodiment of absolute monarchy, a patron of culture, and a builder of modern state power was indelible. Versailles endured as a symbol of royal opulence, and Louis himself as the model for kingship across Europe, including future rulers like Peter the Great of Russia and Frederick the Great of Prussia. Admired and criticized in equal measure, Louis XIV was a monarch whose vision and vanity shaped the destiny of France and the nature of kingship itself for generations to come.